Yes, yes. Ah, yes. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Good morning and welcome to the Ktng Morning Show. About us beginning our prayers this morning. We're basically broadcasting live here on YouTube and on YouTube, Bing, and on Facebook, Bing. So this is a simulcast. So let's begin. Let us raise our hands in prayer. So the way you get anything, people can't do it in this fashion of a slave. In the benevolence, I thank Jah for getting me up this morning, for presenting opportunities to me that I can succeed at, that He and He alone provides. To be patient, to help those who cannot help themselves, and to show compassion towards our enemies, even though they sometimes deserve a patada in the culo. But most importantly, to become a better human being as I walk through the rest of this life. Jesus Christ, we say this day, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari, Jah Rastafari. Yes. Good morning. Yes, I just woke up I don't know, 30, 35, maybe less than 20 minutes ago. I know. I look like stir-fried dog duty this morning. I swear I do. But I do want to thank you guys for coming through here. Please, if you have a chance, like what we do by pressing the like button on Facebook, on YouTube, subscribe, follow us through 2018. DJ Sucker Punches in the house, along with Flash Drive Gordon. You know, that's him right here. And all right, Flash, dude, it's not about you, dude. It's not about you. All right, fine. As a matter of fact, it's about your ancestors, homies. Your ancestors, my ancestors and mine all together. As once again, we bring to your knowledge of what we're here to do today. Now, of course, Facebook just done died on me. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, the Ktng Morning Show. You know, anaphylactically. I mean, that's how I get up. That's how I wake up out of bed and so forth. I just get up like that. Anyway, welcome to the Ktng Morning Show. And I am your host from the left to the right coast, in between the breast of they call the Midwest. That's right. And not only that, his name is the G to the R to the I to the T to the Z ZST, underneath the mountains and above the 25 freeway. That's right. I'll hear to say all day that I am the freak on the peak, somewhere I am going to open up your mind and put some intelligence into it, so this way you can be saved for the week as I speak. You know what I'm saying? So there we go. I'm not delaying, I'm spraying today. It is Friday on Ktng 860 AM this morning. Good morning. Gotta do it. It's either that or I go through electrolysis. Oh man, this whole week, man, I've been lifted on morphine. Okay, I've been lifted. I continue taking more of those pills. I swear. That's because I have hip problems. That's right. When you get older, these sort of things do happen. You get old. All your pains that you have mistakenly made during your childhood are all coming back to haunt you later. Yes, get old with dignity and go out with style. Yes. Anyway, glad you guys came through here. This is the Ktng Morning Show. And let's get on what we like to call, what I like to call, what the hell happened to my ass. So I go down to the docs and shit yesterday. Right? Then I go through all the forums. I got all the forums here. Here's all the forums. And I'm thinking I'm supposed to have this huge battle when I go in and so forth. So I'm thinking to myself, I've got a lot to say and and everything else. And get their customer service and bring me in and out of there in less than 5 minutes. It's kind of sad, dude. It's kind of sad. You take the land of battle from me, okay, by giving me perfect customer service. I have nothing to complain about. I was looking to throw down some chingazos right here, right? But They didn't even allow me to do that. Well, at least I know this much. When they cover up their mistakes, they clean them up pretty good. No, I just got like this ingrown mustache hair that like to go inside my nose and makes me blow out boogers and whatnot. You know, dust mite boogers. Yeah. Did y'all like to see something? I got some dust mite boogers. Anyway, let's get on with our current African mental liberation from the sport mystery in Black History Month. Okay. Now the reason why I say that like that is because for the most part I've seen very little Black history on TV. I've seen very little Black history on virtually just about every other station. I mean, I guess by this weekend we're going to be inundated with like you know movies that depict us in just the most horrible way and most slave mentality and so forth. All right, so I guess that's what we got to look forward to every year. Our depression of oppression. Anyway, let's start and see what the hell happened here this week. Let's see. 1912. Last emperor of China was forced to abdicate. Okay, so he was out of there. 1809, Abraham Lincoln was born, much to the chagrin of many white people. Okay. Alrighty. And let's see. In 1999, Bill Clinton is acquitted for having his saxophone played. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Here you go. 1866, J.C. James's first bank robbery occurred. Let's see. 2001, earthquake shatters El Salvador. Let's see. 2012, same-sex marriage is legalized in Washington. And let's see. 1876, Graham Bell files for a patent for telephone. Let's see. Okay, let's see. That's mysteries. This is mystery total. Oh wow, February. They doing the whole freaking week. They doing the whole freaking week. I'm looking for a damn day. I ain't looking for no damn week. No, this is the whole freaking week. All right, let's see what they got in here. Anything happening with black people? King Tut's tomb is opened by archaeologists in 1923. Okay, that's one. Fidel Castro seizes power in Cuba in 59. Let's see. Oh my God. Okay. Nothing. Kosovo declares independence. That's cool. First 3D film in New York is featured. Let's see. That's pretty much it. Nothing black related during that whole week. That's messed up. Anyway, we look at some of the crazier stuff that's been going on, but we're gonna start our attempt to bring in an equilibrium, more balance, as they would say, between man and woman. Okay. I have either gray hair on this. Y'all see this? This is gray hair. Okay. Just fluff anyway. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to discuss about, do you know your 5 kings of Africa? The most powerful kings in Africa. Okay? Now this is part of your African mental liberation from diasporic mystery in Black History Month. Alright? I'm the only one who's come up with this concept at this particular point, and is showing you the reasons for our history. Okay, so let's try to go through this mystery month here. 5 of the most powerful African kings from history. And this is something that's not covered in most of our history books, period. To give us a little bit of more of a ancestral self-esteem boost. Nothing that we can ever get from, say, Cardi B or Omarosa, one or the other. Okay, so the first one, Pharaoh of ancient Egypt from 2200 BC, Imhotep. You know the man, the mummy that drags his leg down the street? Yes, that's him. That's the brother. Okay? One of the most underrated kings in Africa, whose achievements are way above what an average man would term as miracles. To be precise, he was the first genius. Okay? Imhotep was the first genius. Okay? To ever pop up in African history, and his intelligence made him the chief advisor to King Zoster in ancient Kemet's third dynasty. Okay. Imhotep was an astronomer, an architect, a physicist, a philosopher, and a poet. Okay. In addition to this, he was a man behind all the great designs in Egypt. For example, the Saqqara complex and the Step Pyramid. His achievements earned him a series of titles. For instance, he was referred to as the High Priestess of Heliopus, the first after the king of Upper Kemet, and the administrator of the Great Palace, among a series of other titles. In addition to all that, he is also believed to be the author of a popular Edwin Smith Piper's, a book with over 90 astronomical terms and 48 healing processes for different injuries. After his death, he was given the name Cephalus, which literally translates to a medicine god. Apparently, his tomb still lies sacredly in Memphis and is considered as a pilgrimage site for anyone who is seeking a cure. Wow. Genius king. Ooh. Unlike this, this king of a genius who thinks he's a genius sitting in the White House. Probably one of the most popular African king from 1818 to 1828 was Shaka Zulu. Now, everybody and their mama has seen that damn story on TV every other Sunday or every other Saturday during Black History Month, which is almost like, kind of like the most barbarous thing we could actually look at. But it looked at a man who rose to kingdom, and the ultimate message was, if you live by the spear, you die by the spear. You think? Okay. So, Shaka Zulu also remembered for turning Zulu warriors into great fighters. His fighters are known for using standardized weapons and great tactics to combat their enemy. As a result, Zulu became a powerful kingdom during the reign of Shaka until his death. From nowhere, Shaka Zulu devised a short stabbing spear called the Asengai, as well as the large shields that could protect his regiment from the spears that were being thrown by his opponents. They didn't call them enemies, they called them opponents, alright? So within a very short time, Shaka Zulu managed to transform his troops into a great fighting machine that made him to be the feared of most of his enemies. In fact, most of them would flee on seeing his troops, and he would eventually manage to ethically unite all groups in South Africa. Up to date, he is globally remembered as the great military innovator, as well as one of the most formidable leaders in African history. So wow. How about this guy? Okay. Do you know this man? Ktng, king of Ghana from 1037 AD to 1075 AD. If you're not for King Ktng, Ghana would not have reached its heights of greatness. And up to date, King Ktng is widely known as the king who facilitated the Saharan gold trade. Consequently, his kingdom became an economic stronghold, while his government became an admiration of many African kings as period of time. To add to that, he was very social to his people, and he would on each day ride on his horse just to listen to their problems and concerns. He insisted on justice and went a step further to give his people a platform to address their grievances and at the same time give suggestions. Okay, see, ladies, this is the kind of king that you want in your house. All right. Those of us who know this, and exude this and so forth without having to deal with the bitch factor. Okay, come on. If you have, okay, guys, you know this. This is going to be part of it. This is also going to be in my book too. If you have with a big bitch, you got a bigger problem than say a lady with a little bitch and no problems. Okay. So Tori, king of Sudan from 1830 AD to 1900 AD. Okay. He's the fourth king to rise to greatness of one and only Tori when he began his hometown in Bisandu, was attacked and several of his family members, including her mom, captured as slaves. Persuasively, he managed to convince King Ktng to allow him to switch places with her mother. He eventually joined the king's army and quickly rose and held on to the highest rank in the army. After serving the Ktng's army for some time, he was later allowed to go back. Oh my God! Thanks, Tigers. Thanks, Bonita. I really appreciate that. Okay, people, there are hackers out there getting into your Facebook accounts again. Keep an eye out because I've had some weird Facebook posts come up as well as your messenger posts. Thanks very much, son. I appreciate that. So, back on track here. His first conquest was to unite the whole of West Africa and form a single formidable state. Similarly, he chose all the French attempts to exploit Africa by fighting them back every time they made a move. Great military training that he had given his troops and the strategy that his army used during the war made him one of the most dreaded kings by the Europeans. His 30-year rule earned him nothing but respect among Africans, and he'll forever be remembered as one of the African rulers who fought hard to prevent Africans from being colonized. Wow. Fought hard to keep us from being colonized. 500 years later. Mansa Kakan Musa, king of Mali from 1306 AD to 1332 AD. He's the fifth king on our list. He's a great scholar and an economist, as well as an art lover. His flamboyant lifestyle actually made him that great king that will live to be admired by many people several years to come. In 1324, he led a holy pilgrimage about 72,000 miles from Timbuktu to the Islamic Mecca. This is one of the events that had earned him respect worldwide and is well remembered by scholars and other people as a great leader who had great business skills. In addition to that, he managed to make Mali the wealthiest kingdom at that time. And even up until this time, Mali still has one of the most prestigious universities globally. Prestigious university. Global. Oh my God. So there you have it, people. Five kings of Africa. Great kings. Great men who all exhibit a level of integrity and, of course, a bit of, say, showmanship. But for the most part, they were like very intelligent men. Okay? Not some knuckle dragging, I gotta drag my ass motherfucker that basically thinks that for any damn reason, I can run the block and, this, that, and everything else. Well, let's talk about all those block runners. And let me tell you, and let me show you what your results are. And let me ask you a question. So we're gonna try that. We'll try that today. All right? So here we are. Cheeseburger is at it again. Okay, and the only reason why I call him cheeseburger because look at the hair look what happened that bad hair faux pas that happened the other day. Okay, that is nasty. Okay, they look like the back end of an ostrich getting high. Okay, see what y'all want to say? The man ain't got no fucking hair, dude. I'm serious. He's a freaking idiot. I mean, if the back of your hair is sticking up and you got like this toilet bowl seat of bald hair in the back and a big ass spot on the back of your head, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Fake hair, fake present. All right. Here we are, 16 hours ago. They believe they've avoided the government shutdown, because that would have been 2 on Dingbat's record. It should have been 2. It would have been 2. So every year we have a government shutdown. Every beginning of the year we have a government shutdown. We call it the Trump down. How about that? All right. Cheeseburger administration may target immigrants who use food aid and other benefits. This is not a bad people. This is an administrative loop. Because if anything, you got to realize that ICE has been looking for more leverage to do their job. They want broader powers like the CIA. Fraternal Order of Police will not extend them those particular rights, but if they get a presidential, look-see to something of that nature, by 9 times out of 10 they'll be able to like walk up on you in the broad daylight, snatch you up in front of your kids, and you'll be done. Understand, people, that this is part of the New World Order. We have to have a litmus test in order to prove something. In order to prove something, remake it and make it very efficient. That's how Americans do things. All right. You have to break eggs to make an omelet. So I'm gonna prove you guys how this omelet is being made on a day-to-day basis. And if you're not getting it, then remember, you're next. Is the only hashtag that's coming up. All right. So here it is that the Cheeseburger administration is considering making it harder for foreigners living in the United States to get permanent residency if they or their American-born child use public benefits such as food assistance, in a move that can sharply redistrict or restrict legal immigration altogether. Now, if you take away, if you can't bring a horse to water, right? They say you can't bring a horse to water, right? My question is this: what if you take the water out of that bucket and you moved it? Then you move the horse to get to that water when the horse is thirsty, right? And what happens? You have that one horse. Do you not see this, people? Do you not see this? Okay. For example, U.S. officials could look at whether the applicant has enrolled a child in government preschool programs or received subsidies for utility bills or health insurance premiums. It's not by the telephone anymore, people. It's not by the tracking phone. The tracking phone was just a tool. I keep telling you, people, the pen is mightier than the sword. When you go and you fill out your applications for these damn things, guess what? You put your name, your social security number, where you live on those forms. Now imagine ICE rolling up in your house, in your casa, snatching up mommy and daddy and Uncle Freddie Prince. Yeah, think about that. Because when the powers to do something like that, I guess in many cases they may supersede local law enforcement and be able to just straight up kill. Think about it. They got a right to defend themselves, but they're all right to just assassinate people. Wow. How about this for a question? Do we know that they are doing this now, or will this be the results of later administrative mess-ups that will cause this particular action to happen? I mean, come on, there's a YouTube video going viral of a cop saying, "I love this shit," shooting down a suspect. Now, needless to say, the suspect was neither turned white or black, but whenever there's a white dude who gets shot down by, say, the police, notice that for some stupid reason, they don't make mention of it. They just say the guy's name and that's it. His age, maybe. But his possible description, no. There's no color commentary for that, is there? So the draft rules are a sharp departure from current guidelines, which had been in place since 1999, and specifically bar authorities from considering such non-cash benefits in deciding a person's eligibility to immigrate to the United States or stay in the country. Non-citizens who receive public benefits are not self-sufficient and are relying on the United States government and state and local entities for resources instead of their families, sponsors, or private organizations. Like the states, an alien's receipt of public taxpayers' expense and availability of public benefits may provide an incentive for aliens to immigrate to the United States. That's been going on since oh my God, since day one. Hold up, I have got this seriously blow my nose. I got like rivers of boogers all over the place. God. Oh man. Oh. Damn, man. Oh God, crap. Okay, I can breathe again. Yeah, snot rag, man. Total snot rag. Things feel a lot better, man, when you blow your fucking nose, I swear. Especially when you got like a load of boogers. Oh God. Ugh. Well, that was pretty nice. That was really nice. Anyway, welcome to stuff. Oh damn. Yeah. Oh God. So in that sense, people, as you can see, or you're plain to see, that there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are going to. There's a lot of people that are going to be. There's going to be a lot of people. Now, a lot of people are going to be enthralled with this new scare tactic. But here's another question. Okay. Now, does anybody not see that if you're going to pull this kind of crap, where you're scaring immigrants off of state and federal government assistance and everything, like food stamps and welfare or whatever, you're also putting a hole in Obamacare. Healthcare residuals are going to go down. As a matter of fact, it's going to scare a lot of people into yanking their children off of needed Medicare, school programs, child nutrition programs like WIC, which was founded by the Black Panthers. Okay? Basic sorts of subsistence level programs that have kept the population healthy and employable. Okay? A lot of this is all going to go down on March. And why I say March and so forth is because March of the Mad Hare, okay, it's already started, and he's making changes in that particular sense. It's kind of indicative to the point of where if he's allowed to make all these administrative calls, and he's trying to find a legit reason to institute his programs, which are 100% racist as I don't know what. Then we as American people who claimed ourselves to be American people, then we need to hold our El Presidente, the Grand Chalupa, okay, at his at point to his crimes against humanity, and just because he's president does not mean that he's absolved from being a freaking criminal. All right. For example, AP Press here. This is like a couple of hours ago. No. This is here we go. Yeah. Cheeseburger faces legal challenge on border wall with Mexico. Okay. So here we are. Indiana-born federal judge whose Mexican heritage Cheeseburger used to paint him as biased against him in a 2016 court case because of his immigration stance will hear arguments in a lawsuit that can block construction of a border wall in Mexico. So the same guy that Cheeseburger basically spray painted all over the place, threw him underneath the bus, Judge Gonzalo Carrillo will hear arguments Friday on a lawsuit from the state of California and advocacy groups that a border wall with Mexico must go through normal environmental reviews, which could cause major delays. All right. Here's the guy who basically Cheeseburger condemned and said that he was biased against him in 2016. And now this guy is basically doing one task and one task only, to make sure that it goes through normal environmental reviews. What does that tell you, people? That the wall is going to be built, isn't it? Yeah, it says it right there, plain as day. Now, Carrillo's been criticized by Cheeseburger in 2016 in lawsuits against Trump University near trial, suggesting that the judge's Mexican heritage meant not being partial to the fraud cases. Okay, but dipshit did settle for $25 million shortly after winning the election without admitting wrongdoing. Wow. So you mean to tell me if you pay off somebody that damn ignorant? They can get away from saying, "Oh, I didn't do anything wrong." Right. Okay. There's not only just mud on this man's face, his bald spot in the back of his head, and blood on his hand, but come to think of it, he's wearing the emperor's clothing. Okay, and everybody can see right through it. All right. So here it is. The administration has issued 3 waivers since August to build barriers in parts of California and one part in New Mexico. And And that was during, JW's administration, which issued the previous 5 waivers. Now California and the advocacy groups contend that the administration's authority to waive environmental reviews expired. The Center for Biological Diversity argues in its lawsuit that the 2005 law cannot reasonably be interpreted to exempt compliance with the waived laws in perpetuity. Now, perpetuity means forever and ever and ever and ever. This is kind of messy because now they're using terminology that you would only hear in, say, like, the movie industry or the record industry, for that matter. Perpetuity is a very strange and innocuous word. It is. California argues that the powers expired in 2008, a deadline set by Congress to have barriers on at least 700 miles. Barriers now blanket 674 miles, but additional layers bring the total above the congressional requirement. So you guys have been cheating left and right and saying, oh, well, we got to build the wall now. We didn't spend this money. Oh, crap. We just spent all this damn money and now we don't have a wall. We've been, not so compliant on the written orders that we made for this damn thing. So one of the administration's environmental waivers is for San Diego, where private contractors rebuilt 8 imposing prototypes to guide designs for future construction. So again, people. Cheeseburg is insisting on $25 billion for border security measures as a part of an immigration deal that will go down and include the path to citizenship for 1.8 million people. A proposal by Customs and Border Protection calls for spending $18 billion over 10 years to extend barriers to nearly half of the 2,554-mile border, which is ridiculous, people. Which is ridiculous. These people are like trying to put 1.8 million people on notice. Okay? We're at the halfway hour. We're at the halfway moment here. This is Ktng, 860am.org. You're listening to the Ktng Morning Show with yours truly, the Grits Man, with his pork pie on backwards today. Oh my goodness. And if you are, as they would say, like, in the groove of things here, all you got to do is follow us through 2018, subscribe, mash that love button over and over and over, and make sure that you keep DJ Sucker Punch from taking your nuts. All right. Kung Fu Saturdays was going to be replaced, unfortunately. No, Kung Fu Saturdays, we're still going to have that, as well as oh crap. Oh yeah, there's some other stuff that's coming up too, which I'm gonna get paid for. 52 weeks of programming, people. That's a whole year's worth of programming for for $3,000. Where are you gonna get that? Okay, your best bet is to contact me on Facebook or on my website at ktng.org or ktng860am.org. If you want to do sponsorship, come with it. I'm getting a $3,000 check for the simple reason because this is going to be done on a week to month basis. All right, that's all I need. And I got a sponsor. The guy from we got a sponsor. The guy he makes his pillows and so forth. Yeah, My Pillow guy. Yeah, bingo, bango, bongo. All right, it's not about as they would say, riches or anything like that. It's more or less like assets and wealth, people, assets and wealth. But then, something I try to bring people along this crazy adventure of mine, and guess what? They don't see it, or they're just incompatible. Wow. Totally incompatible. Well, guess what? Now I got a sponsorship and everything. Ha. Yeah. How did I do that? I don't know. They can't say it was luck. I had a network of people. Yeah, there we go. Monster Booty Blast. Speaking of Booty Blast, we now know that the wall is a joke. It's a total joke. Total joke. Right? But right around New Mexico and right around Arizona, you probably have the best jackasses of jackassery that have been shared by Sheriff O'Hara, who was pardoned by the racist president El Cheeseburger, El Queso Hamburguesa. However you want to call them. Albuquerque Journal apologized for cartoons depicting dreamers mugging white couple. This is like about an hour ago from the Washington Post. Okay. Readers of the Albuquerque Journal opened up the opinion section on Wednesday to find a provocative, racially tinged cartoon. A syndicate cartoon by artist Sean Delonis. Ooh. How do you sell out a beaner? Okay. Depicts a terrified-looking white couple being mugged at gunpoint by members of a criminal gang, MS-13. A man beside them is seen carrying bombs along with a bloody knife. Okay. And the inscription reads, "Now, honey." A word bubble from the white man reads, "I believe they deserve to be called dreamers or future Democrats." The cartoon's publication prompted a wave of outrage from immigrant advocates, bipartisan lawmakers, and hundreds of readers. It also came at a particularly tense time in the national immigration debate as Democrats in Congress continue to seek protections for quote-unquote dreamers, young immigrants brought to the United States illegally as children temporarily, protection from deportation from these immigrants through the Obama-era Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program is set to expire next month. So by March 3rd, March 5th, everybody named Mama is going to go into hiding. Because that's the first thing you'll do. Then, if you don't have a plan B, you're going to leave plan C and D here. Alright? And all that's going to take is just one stupid pendejo to make a mistake, and the next thing you know, the whole neighborhood is raised. Now, if you're not used to seeing people getting raised of an entire neighborhood at once, you have not been through what is known as a sweep. So, if anything, many saw the objectionable cartoon. I thought it was a position of the journal itself, but, needless to say, an apology didn't appear to quell critics. As dozens of people protested outside the newspaper's office on Thursday evening, the Albuquerque Journal reported one protester, Margarita Macesis, even walked into the newsroom to cancel her 17-year subscription, according to the journal, and label our dreamers as criminals, she said. Even journalists on staff at the journal who work independently of the editorial staff condemned the decision to publish the cartoon. Roberto E. Rosales, a journal photojournalist, tweeted as a photojournalist from El Salvador, who, by the way, condemns MS-13 and works at Albuquerque Journal. How do you think this cartoon makes me feel? Pathetic. Wow. Okay, so we have like the drawings of like Allah or Muhammad. The drawings of Muhammad, which are pretty condemning. Now we have the drawing of dreamers, which are pretty condemning. And for the most part, freedom of speech is not adhered. But then too, based on paranoia and fear, which seems to be the prime motivator for every damn thing in this country at this particular point. Fear of missing out. Okay. FOMO. This is the thing that permeates through a lot of people. And if you don't have the patience to deal with it, you're going to basically lose whatever it is that you thought you were hanging on to. So here we are. People are pissed off that there's no balance of this whole thing. And the DACA thing is about to come up here, pretty much within the next month, right after the African mental liberation from the sport mystery in Black History Month. We're going to find that a lot of people, especially immigrants, are going to be hit hardest. But again, I keep telling you guys, the New World Order needs a litmus test. So what better way to start it against people who won't fight back? All right. To help those who cannot help themselves, we're going to sit up and help those who've helped themselves. In this second half here of the story, I want to make sure that you guys get this and understand this. Assemblywoman at the forefront of #MeToo movement accused of misconduct. Now there's a freaking frozen bumper on that one. All right. Here's these. Here's the voice of Me Too, sexual assault. California Assemblyman. This is from Los Angeles Times about 3 hours ago. Christina Garcia. Beaner, okay, chair of the Legislature's Women's Caucus, who has been at the forefront of the movement against sexual harassment in the state capitol, has herself become the subject of allegations of sexual misconduct. The Bell Gardens Democrat said she would, quote unquote, participate in the investigation. Okay. Politico reported Thursday, that two men said Garcia made improper advances toward them. One, a former legislative staffer, said Garcia groped his back and buttocks and attempted to grab his crotch during an administrative softball game in 2014. Softball, woman? Wasn't one ball big enough? Jeez. Former staffer, Daniel Ferrero, his former boss, Assemblyman Ian Calderon, a Democrat out of Whittier, about the incident several weeks ago. His office said Calderon had reported the incident to the Assembly Rules Committee. Ferrero told the Times he decided to speak out because he thought Marcia's behavior was at odds with the quote-unquote #MeToo movement, which could harm the cause she's so closely associated with. Oh boy. Talking about an Achilles heel. I have female colleagues who have been through way worse than me, Ferrero said. That conversation needs to be had. If their stories are being taken less seriously by people in the district because the messenger is not credible, that's a problem. Of course it's a problem. A woman's ire in California is a lot more expensive than a man's pain. In a statement, Garcia said the details only came to her attention on Thursday. She confirmed she did attend the legislative softball game in 2014, but added she has, quote-unquote, zero recollection of engaging in inappropriate behavior, unquote, which she said was inconsistent with her values. Values have nothing to do with anything, honey. Your moral interpretation, when you are basically harassing a man, needless to say, has been thrown completely out of the window. All your base now, men are coming up and they're starting to say, and I covered this in The Art of Eve, my book that's on Kindle and Amazon, one I get paid for. Okay, I covered this before. If women would turn the tables around and started harassing men in the particular volume that goes underreported more so than anything else, this Me Too movement would be nothing more than just that, a hashtag. Okay, and right now you got the head of the snake getting lopped off. Okay. Now, out of ignorance, many of you guys will sit there and say, well, it's vindication for all the other shit that went on. Yeah, right. And my name is Boo Boo the freaking fool. All right, go peddle that crap. Go peddle that crap to somebody who actually gives a flying fuck. All right. To be honest, all right, because one, you can't have your cake and eat it too, without realizing that it takes a lot of ingredients to put the together. Okay. So Miss Me Too. Okay. Yeah. No, it should change that from Me Too to I'm one of them. Okay. Hashtag I'm one. All right. And now to help all these people on Jeopardy. We can be better country if we know these stories, the complicated history of African Americans in the military. This is about 4 hours ago from Time magazine. Okay. Now there are many different kinds of war stories, as there are people who have been called to fight. There are inspirational war stories, gruesome war stories, and sad war stories. But in all of them, the very virtuous nature of war, there's some kind of sacrifice. Understanding the sacrifices why we are made can change the way we see the whole history of war and ourselves. At least that's how NYU professor and journalist Yvonne Lady sees it. Her father was a veteran, but it was not until after his death, as she worked on the book, the 2004 book, We Were There, Voices of African American Veterans from World War II to the war in Iraq, that she was able to reframe the stories he had told her during her childhood. She came to understand more deeply how the sacrifices made by African Americans who served in the United States military affected the opportunities that herself would have in civilian life. She also saw that deeper understanding could change the way she and other people of color saw the world. It makes me feel like I want to be the best version of myself that I can be, that I didn't squander my sacrifices my father and so many others made so that I could have the opportunity I have. And that's the thing. If you know what other people have gone through, if you really, really know, there's no stopping you. That's just one reason. It's a problem, as she sees it, that far too many people don't know. In the lead up to this year's February Black History Month observance, the theme of which is African Americans in time of war, she spoke to time about the past and why it's so often overlooked. Of course, kings and military dictatorship and so forth, and you know, that particular sense and what we used to do as far as scholars, as far as intelligent people, as far as, you know, strategic warriors, we are forgotten that we are pretty much like the ones who created the military. All right. And for some stupid reason, a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't see it. A lot of people don't show it either. But they'll take sloppy seconds behind what we got out here in this American as they would call this military might of the. Okay, come on. How is it that we're going to allow said jackass to have a military parade? Okay, what is he showing off? All right, why? He wants to have a military parade. Okay, I thought we were getting away from doing things like communism, but we might as well just wake up Stalin and tell him, say, yeah, dude, you were right. Okay. Anyway. In World War II, the military was segregated. Black men who served were treated like second-class citizens. They weren't, in many cases, allowed to fight. Now, it's an equal opportunity employer. Anyone can fight in the military, is integrated. That's the really big change. That African Americans who join the military are looking for the opportunity to better their lives. That is the one thing that was clear in every war and still is today. There was a separated military outpost for the United States Marines to have black Marines basically trained outside of, say, Paris Island altogether. And it wasn't too far from it either. Okay, a lot of us black Marines do know where that is. But they don't tell you this in Marine Corps history at all, do they? Nope. It's more than a straight line. There is an outside of the military. I think when you fight with people, and you die with people, you put yourself in a place where you're entrusting your life to someone else. Bonds you have with each other are a lot stronger than if you had just worked for a corporation. A lot of people don't realize that. Why do you think I love my Paul, love my boy Boo Paul so much? Because one, he was not only like one of the brothers and so forth that will basically have my back in a foxhole, and I with him. But more importantly, it does offer introspection on that on that bond itself. Now, in a corporate America, you're here today, gone today. That's just the nature of the freaking beast. But you have to think of, like, are things going to be better now that this is a polarizing fact of black history in this what we call the African mental liberation from diasporic mystery in Black History Month. In some cases, the mood of the country right now is very polarized. People who want to hear them are completely open to hearing them, but then there's the other part of the country that doesn't want to hear. War is hard on anyone. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. But honestly, some of these black men, I just don't know how you go and fight the enemy. And then having to fight everything else around you. I mean, one of them told me that's what was told to him when he was a prisoner in war in Germany. How can you fight for a country that lynches your own people? He said, I fight for my people, for my American people, for all of us. And if we're fighting for all of us, then all of us have got to realize that there is no segregation in heaven. All right, so you can get off of that crap right about now. Second of all, we are adherent inherently human. And therefore, we should be able to, act as human beings. Okay? Not like some stubborn old hag who won the lottery and refused to give up her name and is now losing $14,000 a freaking day. She's an idiot. Yes, she's an idiot. Yes. She's one. Okay. 3 billion before the border wall. Idiots. Anyway, fact of the matter is this, people. We have good times, we have bad times, we have all the times in the world that we need. Okay. All the times in the world. Yeah, it's been here. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Love you. Oh yeah. Yes. Good morning. But here we are, people. We're at the precipice of what we call humanity. Do we extinguish humanity for what it shouldn't be? A thriving, universal force for inclusion, that sort of thing. I mean, you watch this stuff on Star Trek, you watch this shit in Star Wars, and every other space movie, how different beings come together and fight for a common cause or live in harmony with If we were making an imaginary scenarios of peace and tranquility, okay, and only one benevolent tyrant decides to come in and just ruin stuff, and then we all get together, or some of us get together to thwart that bad guy, the one who's causing all the social malaise on our planet, peace and prosperity. And in every movie they get rid of the tyrant. Well, if art imitates life, then how come life is not imitating art? There's some of you out there that basically do that sort of thing, and that almost sends a psychosonomic parallel in some cases of that. Like, almost frightens the bejesus out of me, knowing that people are out there stupid enough to actually do it. Okay, real. But anyway, one of the keys to this and so for people is that as long as we're human beings and we act appropriately within our character and well within our levels of integrity, then we're able to do as we're supposed to do just about anything. We cannot be stopped. And therefore, that's where we have to look to the positive of these things, okay? Regardless of whatever is happening in your life, whether it's drama, self-imposed drama, or you just need an ear to talk to. There are people out there that are willing to do that for the sake of their own sanity. Yes, we do listen. But that makes us better communicators, not control freaks, not people who see, as they would say, a reason for their own misery, and they love it. Okay. As human beings, we have to ditch this misery complex. We have to. We get rid of that. We can learn to live a little bit longer. We can plan our revolutions a little bit more concise and more efficient and more effective. And most importantly, we can better protect our advocates, our leaders in the revolution against cheeseburger. Okay? People are coming up missing, mysteriously missing. And so far this month, there's not been one person of color that has been murdered in Colorado Springs. It is about a good warm 31 degrees right about now, and it'll be up until about 50 somewhat later on this evening. Who knows? I don't know. I was sweating last night. But yeah. Back on point. The point I'm trying to make here is so simple, people. We have those who are affluently rich and have shadow financial government brewing it behind them to make sure that they stay covered all the way. They're absolved from their misgivings against the human race here in this country. We have those of us who think we don't have any power. Oh God. Yeah. Mad boogers. Mad Boogers, what's his name? Mad Boogers. Shit. All right. This is gonna look nasty. You're gonna have to forgive me. This is gonna look nasty. Oh, I hope God didn't do that. Oh, now I can't hear. Oh, here we go. Ears popped. Anyway. Point I'm here trying to make here is real simple, people. Is that if we don't change how the torch is burning while we're passing it off to our next generations down the road, we're going to inherently incorporate some very bad things with it. Okay, it's good to receive the torch and to fuel it with great ideals, but then as we pass it toward that midway point, doubt, uncertainty, fear, these things permeate on top of it. They burn ever so closely to the skim of the fire, which is hope and faith. And with a lot of hope and faith, you give it back to everybody, but you can also imbue it with doubt, cynicism, intercultural racism. Okay? And then we think to ourselves that we are living the fine lives behind it. It's almost contradictory to the present day meeting. And then you have those who are basically just nothing but fornicators of their own delusions. And when you have that kind of crap going on and whatnot, it means that they're leading by a false accusation. They're leading by a false interpretation of what life is. And somehow, their main operatus modi in that particular sense from there is to convince everybody that their tree from which they fell from is right. Anyway, the best way to combat that, look at the tree itself and know where the roots are, so you can dig it up and you've been sucking on the wrong dirt for like whatever, and you passed on these bad core values to people who obviously are just as lost as you are. So in a sense, I can say this overtly, that many of us are suffering from some sort of man-made delusion or dementia for that matter. What do we do? It's real simple, people. Learn to grow your own roots. Roll far from the tree and grow your own roots. If not, you become applesauce. Anyway, say good morning to everybody that's locked in on the messenger here. That's right, we're at our impasse here. We're about to jet off, but more importantly, we gotta say good morning to everybody this morning because it is a necessary thing. Lyric L. Ray out in Long Beach, good morning. First brother hit me up. Helen Jackson, the woman who likes to laugh a lot. Giggler, good morning. Bear Crew, Compton, good morning. Glenn Compton, good morning. Bonita Tigers, good morning. Thanks for the hacker notice and whatnot. That was pretty cool. Everybody, if you are primarily not realizing that there is some sort of hacking thing going on right now, and use your Facebook account to spread pornographic and sex videos. Use your name and send to your friends without your knowing it. You can't see it, but others can. So if you receive such video under my name, it wasn't me. Please pass this message to all your Facebook friends so you safeguard your good name. Okay, there's a pattern. Okay, now some of you guys out there are pretty stupid about this, and I'm going to show you why. If you get to your Facebook page and everything, and you see that you got new people that basically want to just request your friendship, and they got some beautiful looking lady on there and something like that. That beautiful lady showing her booty or being in some bikini or something like that. And underneath or above the picture and so forth, or right beside the picture, there's the name of Tom Brown. Now, if you click that on and that is not Miss Tom Brown, okay, then you're going to get subject to pornographic material. Most of it child pornography. Okay. That's why I've checked. If you don't have I have a rule of thumb. If you don't have anything to do with Zulu Nation, Universal Zulu Nation, what makes you think I'm going to actually accept your friendship? It's never going to happen. Okay? So if anything, let's say keep our mornings going on here. Thanks for the heads up, Benny the Tigers. Appreciate that. Sean Griff, funniest lady in Ohio. Eric Lockett, good morning. Malik Smith, all the way out in Belgium, good morning. Jason Anthony, good morning. Kathleen May Cologne, good morning. Alrighty. Walt Jenkins, good morning. The real Roxanne, Shantae, Roxanne, good morning. Alrighty. Aldo Lindner, good morning. Joe Gray, good morning. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Rebecca Ramirez, good morning. Let's see who else we got up in this piece. Oh man. Montel Martinez, good morning. All my people across the lake, the big lake. I would say good morning too, as far as like Heidi, Wayne Hambling, Dr. Dwayne Proctor, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Good morning, Paul Martin, Jennifer Breeden Martin, and everybody, all the families together. That's right. And let's see, who else? Oh my goodness, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and also my new family of actors, the Malloys. Even though the daughter was the first one who basically got in with her crazy self. Oh yeah, she's gonna be a handful of mess. She's gonna be a mess. I'm telling you now, she's gonna be a mess. All of my Coco-licious people. That's right. All my Coco-licious people. Japan. Ni hao in China. Y'all still making beats. Okay. And also to oh my goodness. Good morning to Bernard Benzema out in South Africa. Good morning to my people in Peru. My people also in South America, Central America, all along the islands. Good morning. And most importantly, good morning to everybody here in Denver, Colorado. We are going to jet up out of here and do some wonderful things with Nina Simone. But more importantly, this has been the Ktng Morning Show. I really appreciate you guys coming through and everything. And if anything, get out there and do your best. But most importantly, people, never let them take your smile and never let them take your shine. Your day is yours. Happy Friday. Everybody get out there and do what they got to do. Me, I'm going to roll up a fatty and I'm going to get on my business day as usual.